House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, D-Calif, and Senate Minority Leader Charles E. Schumer, D-N.Y, on Monday called on President Trump to reopen Lafayette Square, 1 week after authorities pushed back largely peaceful protesters by charging at them with mounted police and firing canisters that sent plumes of noxious smoke into the crowd.
In a letter to Trump, the two Democratic leaders emphasized that the square has long been a venue where Americans can gather to freely exercise their constitutional rights in close proximity to the White House.
You have now erected heavy, semi-permanent steel fencing to wall off the square, Pelosi and Schumer wrote. Your conversion of this unique public park in the heart of our nation's capital to what looks like a militarized zone denies citizens access to the park and sends the worst possible message to the American public and people around the world.
They added, Lafayette Square should be a symbol of freedom and openness, not a place behind which the leader of our executive branch cowers in fear of protesters who are crying out for justice.
On June 1, police aggressively cleared a crowd of largely peaceful demonstrators from outside the square, which is across from the White House, amid protests over the Memorial Day death of George Floyd, a 46-year-old black man, in Minneapolis police custody.
In the past week, the barriers encircling the White House have expanded, with more than a mile of tall metal fencing now surrounding the executive mansion. The Secret Service told CNN the additional fencing will remain up until Wednesday.
In addition to Pelosi and Schumer, D.C. Mayor Muriel E. Bowser, D., has also voiced concern about the extension of security barriers beyond the White House perimeter. Keep in mind that's the people's house, Bowser said at a news conference Thursday. It's a sad commentary that the White House and its inhabitants have to be walled off.
Pelosi and Schumer said in their letter Monday that the Trump administration's explanation that the square should be closed for security reasons is not sufficient, noting that the usual measures have for a quarter of a century been adequate to protect the White House complex from terrorism and all manner of other threats.
It is simply not credible to claim that the current protests justify the oppressive walls you have erected in response, they wrote. We therefore urge you to tear down these walls, reopen Lafayette Square, and allow the public to gather there for you and all the world to hear their voices.
Matt Zapotosky and Hannah Natanson contributed to this report.